Hi, it's Ayla. I have here for you a short vinyasa flow for Gemini season. To learn more about Gemini season and the energies that we're working with, look at the caption below. My hope for you is to feel inspired to express yourself and communicate authentically and confidently after this practice. A great practice any time of the year, not just in Gemini season, to connect with your communication center. So let's get started on our mats in tabletop. Finding tabletop, spread the fingers nice and wide, shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees. And let's start here by drawing the shoulders down the back and away from the ears to create some length for the neck. The gaze here is right between the thumbs at the center of the mat. And then really fill that space between the shoulder blades. Let's hold here for a couple of breaths. Start to connect with your breath here in tabletop. Lengthen through the back of the neck. Gently hug navel to spine. Finding some appreciation for the hands here. Another way we can communicate. And on your next inhale, let's lower the belly, lift the heart, lift the hips, reach the crown of your head up for cow pose. Exhale, press the earth away, round your spine, tuck chin to chest for cat pose. Again, inhale, lower your belly, hammock your back, lengthen through the back of the neck, reach the crown up. Exhale, press the earth away, really deliberately tuck your chin to your chest, spread the shoulder blades wide. Continue moving with the breath here through your cat-cow postures. Linking this movement with the breath, connecting here with that flow of life force, energy, prana. You can use this as a moving meditation to start connecting with your heart's desire. What do you wish to create or attract for your practice today? Some suggestions. Tapping into your communication center, connecting with that place within, expressing yourself creatively, confidently, authentically. Maybe something else for you. Let's take a couple more rounds here. We'll be focusing a lot today on the throat, the chest, the arms and shoulders, the hands. Gemini also rules the nervous system, so really staying with the breath today. Last round here. Finish the exhale, your cat pose, and inhale back to a neutral tabletop. Lengthen here, crown forward, tailbone back. Exhale. Draw the hips to your heels, belly to your thighs. Reach your hands as far forward as you can. Then release the weight of your head toward the earth. Maybe you start to feel a stretch through the shoulders here. Exhale fully. Inhale, shift forward. Stack the shoulders over the wrists. Hips are now slightly forward of the knees. Exhale, send hips back to the heels. Lengthen through the spine. Release the weight of your head. Again, inhale forward, full breath. And exhale back. Complete breath out. Let's take that a few more rounds. If and when the low back feels ready, maybe you start to dip the hips down toward the ground for a cobra pose. And if having arms elongated doesn't feel good, try bending at the elbows and shift the hips back as you exhale. Melt the forehead toward the ground. Inhale, ripple forward, release the pelvis, lift through the heart. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale and send it back. Continue this a few more rounds. Each time you shift forward, focus on drawing those shoulders away from the ears. Keep the back of the neck long, gazing forward or down, depending on where you're going here. If you're doing cobra, you'll gaze forward. If you're keeping the hips hovered over the ground, then you can gaze down. And let's take 2 more rounds or so. If it feels good today, when you shift forward next, and if you're moving into cobra pose, you might like to lift your head, tilting the head back, opening through the front of the throat, and exhale, send it back. There's one more round here. Lovely. Finish that last round, exhaling fully. Inhale, shift forward once again. Let's come into cobra pose or variation, and then tuck the toes, send your hips high to the sky, downward facing dog. A reminder here, I like to walk my feet forward once or twice just to create that deep capital A shape with the body. Press into the hands and all 10 fingers, right? So not just the heels of the hands. We want to really spread the weight through into the fingertips. And then feel free to walk your dog. Bend one knee and then the other. Roll through the bottom of one foot and then the other. Maybe even sway your hips. Find something that feels good here in your body. Keep the breath long and steady. Really nice. Let's take another breath here and find some stillness. Reach the heels toward the ground, the heart toward the thighs. Big breath in and out. Inhale, sweep the right foot high to the sky. You can point the toes or flex the foot. Three-legged dog. Inhale here. Exhale, bend your knee and step your right foot forward. Remember, you can always lower the back knee and you can always use your hand to reposition your foot. We will lower the back knee here. I like the knee shifted back enough to get a stretch through the psoas, the hip flexor. As you inhale, lift up through the hands. You can leave the toes tucked or untuck the toes. Big breath in. Exhale, cactus your arms. Spread the fingers nice and wide. On your inhale, press down to rise up. So shifting the hips away from the ground. Lift up through your fingers. Exhale, bend the elbows, sink the hips. Low lunge. Again, inhale, reach up, hug navel to spine. Exhale, drop through the hips, squeeze the shoulder blades. Maybe you gaze up here. Inhale, lift up, reach up. Exhale, cactus arms, drop in. One more time. Lovely. Stay here as you inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, draw your hands behind you. Press the palms toward each other, interlace your fingers. Squeeze your shoulder blades, drive your fist down toward the earth. Notice here which thumb is on top, right? Feel which thumb is on top. Is it the left or the right thumb? And then really keep that front foot rooted here. We're not dumping the weight down. We're pressing down through the front foot. Big breath in and out. Option to tilt the head back. One more breath. Lovely. Bring chin to neutral. Tuck the toes. Now you have the option to release the bind and use your hands to transition. Otherwise, tuck the toes, lift the back knee, seal the left heel. If you had to let go of that bind, come back to the bind here. We keep facing forward. Draw that right hip crease back. Inhale, lift up, draw the fist down, lift up through the heart. Exhale, heart leads the way forward. Bring the right shoulder to the inner edge of the right knee. Release the weight of your head. This can stay low at the back or drive up and overhead. Let's move with the breath here. Use your hands to lift back up. Inhaling up. Option to tilt the head back. Exhale, bow forward. Heart leads the way. Option to drive the fist high as you bow forward. Inhale, rise up. Really use the not the momentum, but the energy of the hands to draw back and up. Exhale, fold forward. Let's take it two more times. Inhale up, heart lifts, gaze goes up. Exhale, bow forward. Maybe we draw the hands up and overhead. Last round, inhale up. And exhale down. Keep the fists up here, or at least keep your bind here. We're staying here in humble warrior, finding humility in our strength and strength in our humility. And if your hips are swinging back toward that long edge of the mat, see if you can draw that right hip in line with the right knee. Stay for a big breath in. Exhale, lower your hands to frame your front foot. Pivot on your back foot. Step back to high plank, the top of a push-up. Press, press, press the earth away. Fill that space between the shoulder blades. Hug navel to spine. Big breath in. Exhale, lower knees if they're high. Hug the elbows in and back. Let's listen here. Draw the heart to the earth first. Keep the belly and hips high. Then slither forward onto the belly. Tops of the feet. We can spread the feet for space in the low back. Inhale for cobra. Elbows can stay bent or go straight. Tuck the toes. Send your hips high to the sky. Downward facing dog. Big breath in and out. Inhale, sweep the left foot high to the sky, point or flex the toes. On your next exhale, bend the left knee. Again, you can lower the right knee here to step the left foot forward. We're going to keep the right knee low. Toes can stay tucked or untucked. On your inhale, press down to rise up, hands high to the sky. Exhale, sink the hips, cactus your arms. Inhale, press down to rise up, reach high. Exhale, sink the hips, bend the elbows, spread the fingers. A few more rounds here. If it's feeling good in your neck today to tilt your head back as you sink the hips low, then do that. Otherwise, you'll keep your gaze straight forward if that feels better. Last round here. Let's meet with the hips sunken, the elbows bent. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, take a bind. So let's take the opposite thumb on top. For me, I'm not going to tell you because I might mess you up. Let's squeeze the shoulder blades, drive the fist down to the ground. And if you're not sure about the cross of your thumbs, don't stress about it. Let's take a few deep breaths. We're filling up the heart, the front ribs, the belly, releasing that right hip flexor, maybe tilting head back to open through the front of the throat. One more breath here. Lovely. Keep the bind or unbind and use your hands to transition. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, seal the back heel. We're staying here in a bound warrior one. Inhale, lift up through the heart, drive the fist down. Exhale, heart leads the way forward. Left shoulder to the left, the inner left knee. Great. Use the hands energetically. Pull yourself up through the hands. Draw them down as the heart lifts up. Exhale, bow forward, humble warrior. Option to raise the fists or keep them low at the back. Inhale, lift from the fists. Really use that energy to pull you up. Exhale and bow forward. Let's take it 2 more times. Right, the hands are an extension of the heart. So using that connection of hand and heart here in our humble warrior. The next time you bow forward, we'll stay in humble warrior. Option to keep the fist low or drive them up and overhead. Again, my hips are reaching far back toward the outside. So I'm going to draw the pelvis forward. Yes, this feels more intense in my legs, but alignment is much nicer. Stay for a big breath in and out. One more breath, finding humility in our strength. Strength in our humility. And on your exhale, lower your hands to frame your front foot. Pivot on back foot, step back, high plank. Inhale here. Exhale, lower knees or chaturanga if that's your practice. But we're going to really dip the heart and chin first and then slither forward onto the belly, tops of the feet. Inhale for your version of cobra, shoulders away from the ears. Tuck toes and hips high to the sky. Downward facing dog. Big breath in and out. Inhale, draw the right foot high to the sky, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step the right foot through. Again, you can lower the knee, but this time we're going to raise the knee. So if you lower, bring it back up. Seal the left heel. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Exhale, cactus your arms, spread your fingers wide. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend the elbows. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale, bend. Great. Stay. Inhale, reach the arms behind you. So inhale, interlace the fingers. Let's take that first thumb on top, yeah? Squeeze the shoulder blades, drive the fists. And now let's lift the left heel. So we're facing the front of the mat. We're in a bound high lunge here. Step the left foot forward about halfway up your mat. I'm going to step back because of the plant. Halfway up the mat. And then lift the left heel. Start to lift the foot. Come to stand on the right leg. We're in a bound warrior 3. You decide how far you tilt here. Maybe you stay at a small angle. Totally fine. Maybe you start to go a little deeper. Find those checks and balances. Toes can be pointed or flexed. Hug the belly in. Lead with the heart. Steady breath, steady gaze. If you need to release the bind, release the bind. No big deal. Stay for another big breath in. Exhale, slowly, just gently sweep that left foot forward to meet the right. Release the bind. Inhale, reach hands high to the sky. Exhale, cactus your arms, shine your heart. Inhale, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, bend your knees, sink your hips, sweep your arms back for chair plane. Again, inhale, rise up, reach up. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, bend knees, sink hips, sweep arms back. Weight is in the heels, heart leads the way. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, cactus the arms. Really spread the fingers, drawing that energy out. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, bend knees, sink hips, sweep arms back. Inhale, reach up. Listen for the change. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, reach the arms wide and out to a T. Exhale, wrap right arm over the left. Give yourself a big, big hug. So we can stay here today for eagle arms. And I'm not mirroring you. I have my right arm over my left arm. You can stay here for eagle arms. I'm just coming closer to show. Or you can take the backs of the hands together, or maybe the palms wind together. So 3 stops, palms together, backs of the hands, or grabbing opposite shoulders. All of it is right. So whatever feels best today. Right arm is over the left for eagle arms. Inhale here. Exhale, take a seat down into your chair pose. Start to shift the weight to the right foot and lift the left leg. Hover the left leg, cross it over the right. I'll turn to face you. Cross it over the right. Upper thighs are crossed. Left toes can hang out, or they can lower down toward the ground for some stability, or maybe wrap the toes around the calf. Wherever you are, start to draw the sit bones down toward the ground and do your best to keep your back not straight necessarily up and down, but we don't want to lean super, super far forward, right? So we want to bring the shoulders a little bit over the hips. Great, yeah, stay for a big breath in and out. Steady breath, steady gaze. One more breath in here with you. Okay, listen here. Unwind just the legs. Shift the weight to the right foot. Well, we're still on the right foot. Launch that left foot far back. Come into warrior one legs. Inhale, lift up through the elbows. Tilt your head back. Exhale, bow forward. Unwind the hand, step back, high plank. Flow here. So if you're flowing chaturanga, go ahead, knees down, elbows in and back, heart to the earth, slither forward, belly to the earth. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Tuck toes, hips high, downward facing dog. Big breath in and out. Inhale, left foot sweeps high to the sky. Exhale, step left foot between your hands. Seal the right heel. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Exhale, cactus your arms. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, bend the elbows. Stay connected with the breath here. If you lost the breath, come back to it. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend the elbows. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders. Exhale here. Inhale, tee out the arms. Exhale, wrap left arm. Don't do that. We're taking a bind here. Let's take a bind. Opposite thumb on top, yeah? Squeeze shoulder blades. Drive fists down. Turn to face that front leg and lift the right foot off of the ground. Step forward about a halfway up the mat and launch onto the left foot. Draw that right foot back, back, back. Pressing through the toes or through the heel. Challenging balance here. If you're on carpet, sometimes it's even harder. Hug the belly in. Lead with the heart. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Steady breath. Steady gaze. Body going through checks and balances, keeping you stable. And if you fall or stumble, just get back up and try again when you're ready. One more breath. Really nice. Very slowly. Land the right foot next to the left. Inhale, release, sweep hands high. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sweep hands, bend the knees, sink the hips, squeeze the shoulder blades. Inhale, rise up, reach up. Exhale, cactus your arms. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, bend knees, sink hips, sweep arms back. Yes, again, inhale up. Exhale, bend. Inhale, reach. Exhale, sweep. Last round. Inhaling to receive all that loving, healing light. Exhale, sweep it into the space. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus your arms. Listen for the change. Inhale, draw your arms wide. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Tilt your head back. Exhale, wrap left arm over the right. Give yourself a hug. You can stay here, eagle arms again. Again, left arm is over the right. Maybe bring back the hands or palms together. Whatever feels best on this side, which could be different than the other side. Inhale here. Exhale, sit down into chair pose. Sit bones reach to the ground. Gently tilt the tailbone so it's not popping back, but the tailbone pointing more toward the ground than back. And shift the weight to your left foot. Lift the right leg, cross at the upper thigh. Really squeeze the inner thighs together. Squeeze whatever's connected. So if it's your elbows, squeeze them together. If it's the backs of the hands, squeeze them together. Palms of the hands, squeeze. So everything's pulling the center line. Hug navel to spine, lift up through the heart. Again, instead of leaning forward, think about paralleling your back to the wall, which it's probably not going to be parallel, but just working it in that direction. Steady breath, steady gaze. Finding some balance here. Gemini is also about duality. So let's even out left and right sides. Stay for another big breath in and out. All right. Keep the weight on the left foot without touching the earth if you can. Unwind the right leg and launch the right foot back. Warrior one. Inhale, lift up, building some heat in that left leg. Exhale, bow forward in gratitude. Release your hands and take your flow. We'll meet back in downward facing dog. Big breath in and out. Inhale, ripple forward to high plank, the top of a push-up. Maybe swivel the feet back a little bit here. Big breath in. Exhale, lower all the way to the belly. Knees can be high or low. Come onto the belly. Tap your forehead on the mat. All right, let's bring fingertips to the earth wider than the mat. So your hands are going to be off of your mat and elbows are going to point sort of up. Yeah, they're up, right? Elbows pointing up and almost like cactus arms, but palms are, fingertips are on the ground. Inhale, start to press into the fingertips, squeeze the shoulder blades, lift up for super cobra. Exhale, lower down one vertebra at a time, which means the belly, the ribs, the chest, and then the forehead. Great. And if coming up all the way was straining your back, take your feet wider. Inhale, press into the tips of the fingers, squeeze the shoulder blades, rise up, super cobra. Exhale, lower down with control, one vertebra at a time. And release the forehead. All right, listen for the change. Inhale, roll the right shoulder, then the left shoulder, squeeze those shoulder blades. Start to press into both hands or both fingertips, all 10 fingertips. Lengthen the elbows. Exhale, lower down with control. And now we do left side first. Roll that left shoulder back, then the right shoulder. Press into the fingers, roll all the way up, super cobra. Exhale, lower down with control. One more time, both shoulders at the same time. Inhale, rise up, super cobra. Exhale, lower down. Are we feeling it in the hands and the arms and the shoulders? Yes, we are. Bring hands underneath the shoulders. Feet about hips distance. Bend the hips back. Come up to stand on the knees. How are we doing? I'm sure you're doing great. Great. So let's bring right hand to the right heel. So option to use a block here, which I'm not working with today, but you can place a block to the outside of your right foot. Otherwise, an option to tuck the right toe so the heel's a little bit higher. Right hand to right heel, maybe even just the fingertips. Inhale, start to square the shoulders forward. Maybe they're not all the way forward, but work towards forward. Inhale, reach up through the left hand. You can stay here, half camel. Lift up through the left fingertips. Another option, if back feels ready, start to reach the left fingertips back. Maybe you even gaze behind yourself. Stay for a big breath in and out. Stay here, breathing. Notice where you're feeling a stretch. Can you focus the breath, the energy into the chest here? One more breath. On your inhale, come up to neutral spine, left hand high, and then lower the left hand down. Release the right hand, untuck the right toes and tuck the left toes. Left hand to left heel or block. Inhale, right hand high. Stay here. You're in the pose, keeping the heart lifted, really using the hand as an extension of the heart to lift up through the heart space. Gaze is up if that feels good in your neck. You can stay here, you're in the pose. Or start to reach behind yourself. Really reaching through the right fingertips, sending the hip points forward. Stay here, breathing here. Breathe into the front body, the heart, the throat, the chest. One more breath. Inhale, rise up to neutral spine. Right hand down, left hand down. Untuck both toes or both feet here. And then take a seat on the heels. Let's bring the hands to the heart. If sitting on the heels doesn't feel good, try placing a block between your heels or take a different seat. And then let's bring the thumb side of the hands together. Let's see if you can see me. Okay. Then the backs of the hands together, pinky side and around, right? So you're gonna do this in front of your chest, but I was just moving so that you could see a little bit better. So we're creating some circles here, giving the wrists a little extra love. I've done a lot of work. Also connect the hands to the arms, to the heart, right? So they're that bridge between the hands and the body. Thank you, wrist. Let's reverse the circles, take it the other way around. Clearing out this joint so that we can find a clearer connection and expression through the hands, right? We shake hands, we hold hands, we clap hands, we high five hands, we write with our hands, we type with our hands, right? So many things, but all of that communication going through the hands. Finding some gratitude here. One more breath. And then release, shake it out, let it go. Great, please come into tabletop. Take a moment, square up your table, spread the fingers nice and wide. Shift the weight to the right hand. Inhale, reach the left hand high to the sky. Circle the left wrist once, twice. Big breath in. Exhale, thread the needle, reaching all the way to the right, as far as you can. And then take a seat on the left side of your head and your left shoulder. Threading the needle here. I want to note that you can also take this posture from child's pose with the knees wide, which I'm going to show in just a moment. But stay here otherwise. If you want to take it from child's pose, you just draw the knees wide, thread the needle to the left, rather to the right, rest head on the ground, right? So this is just getting into the hips a little bit more if you're needing that today. Stay where you are. The right hand can extend. It can also stay bent or extend to the top of the mat. Another option is to take a bind. Right hand toward the left hip. All right, let's breathe here. Where are you feeling the most sensation? Can you send the breath, the energy charged with gratitude to wherever you're feeling the most sensation? Gratitude for the space that is opening up here, for that part of the body doing what it does every moment of your life. One more breath. If you have the bind, release right hand to the ground with right elbow bent. Let's press into the right hand. Inhale, reach high through the left hand. You're either in wide-legged or in tabletop. And exhale, lower left hand down. So we'll take the other side. Inhale, reach right hand high to the sky. Circle right wrist once, twice. Big breath in. Exhale, thread the needle to the left, left. Reach. Take a seat on the right shoulder, the side of your head. And again, whatever foundation you'd like for your knees, it's totally up to you, yogi's choice. In every single class, I tell you to listen to what your body is needing, and this is no different. Left hand can stay where it is, elbow bent or extended or bound. Come back to that breath here. The breath is our communication, the way we can communicate with our body and the nervous system, and how the body and nervous system communicate with us. And so when we draw the breath deep into the belly, or we slow the exhales down, we're telling the nervous system that we are safe. It's okay to rest. It's okay to just be. There's no threat here. So use the breath to communicate with your body, with your nervous system. And it's okay to slow down or to be present. to be here. Let's take a few more rounds of breath here. Sending the breath wherever it is needed most, or rather that gratitude wherever it is needed most. Two more breaths. Not a noisy watch today. All right, if you have the bind, unbind, bringing left hand to the ground with left elbow bent. Inhale, reach the right hand high to the sky, thread the needle. Exhale, right hand to the ground. Let's draw the knees toward each other. Swivel the feet to the side and come onto the sit bones. Let's meet in a cross-legged seat. All right, hands on the lap here. And you always know that I offer you that space to bring a prop underneath your sit bones. Roll the shoulders, inhale, forward and up. Exhale, back and down. Let's take that a few more times. Really shrug the shoulders up as far as you can and then draw them back and down as far as you can. And then reverse your circle. Take it the other way around. Find that range of motion here. Move slowly, deliberately, right? Deliberate is slow and intentionally, or mindfully with purpose. Right, so finish that round, let the shoulders melt away, maybe even shrug them up and down. Let it go. I'm sure that was really pleasant to listen to. Let's bring the hands down to the ground, palms facing down. Big breath in. Exhale, lower. I'm not going to mirror you here. Right ear toward the right shoulder. Just start to surrender the weight of your head. And we're doing our best to keep shoulders over the hips here. And stay here. This might be like, yes, this is a sensation I'm looking for. Or maybe you're needing to tilt your head forward and then maybe tilt it back a little bit, keeping the right ear tilted toward the shoulder. Find motion or stillness here that feels like it is the best stretch you can get at this moment. On your next exhale, lower your chin to your chest. Draw the opposite ear, left ear, toward the left shoulder. Tilt the shoulder, rather your head back enough to find a stretch through the right side of your neck. And remember, the shoulders are not shrugging up to meet the ears. Shoulders melt away from the ears as the left ear reaches toward the left shoulder. Breathing here, let's take those full breaths, and you're either finding some stillness or some movement. It might be different on this side. How far up can you bring that inhale? Can you feel a bigger sensation in the right side as you breathe in? And with each exhale, can you let go and soften tension? Let's take one last breath here. As you exhale, bow your chin to your chest. Keep the chin dipped to the chest. And then we're going to trace the collarbones with the chin. So as you inhale, start to trace the right collarbone with your chin toward the right shoulder. Exhale down to center, right? So tracing the collarbone back to the center, that notch at the throat. Then inhale over to the other side. Trace the left collarbone all the way up to the left shoulder. Exhale down into center. So sort of this move with the breath here, this pendulum motion. The exhale brings you to center. The inhale brings you out to the sides. Maybe you start to notice some snap, crackle, pops, or some releasing of tension. Or maybe some places that are needing some extra TLC today. Note that and come back to it later. Give yourself a self-love massage. And finish on the left side. And once you've done that, inhale to lift your chin off of your chest. Place your hands on your lap. Pause, close your eyes, and just observe. Let's place right hand on the heart, left hand over the right hand. Bow chin to chest. Find a deep moment or a moment of deep gratitude. for your throat center, your communication center. And this being the bridge between your heart and your mind. And this being that space where we can express ourselves, communicate, right? Talk with friends and loved ones, express all of the emotions through the voice, from the heart, our intuition from the heart through the voice, and our hands, also an extension of the heart, giving us the ability to communicate in different form. And deep gratitude for your own capacity for creativity, for communicating your needs, your desires, your hopes, your fears, your dreams, and expressing yourself in this world. Overall, a deep, deep gratitude for your voice. Let's take a deep cleansing breath in, cleansing breath out. Release hands to your sides. Inhale, circle sweep hand side of the sky, tilt head back. Press palms together, lower thumbs to the heart space. We seal our practice. Thank you so much for joining me today in this Gemini flow. With so much love, so much gratitude for you. Namaste. All right, a 35-minute flow for Gemini energy. Again, to just kind of understand where this practice is coming from, take a look at the comment little caption center section. If you have any requests, any questions, please know you can always reach out to me. I love to hear from you. All right, go express yourself freely. So much love. Next time.